Welcome back to FTBL Final Whistle. We got a different bit of an environment today. SDS settings. And to my left, it's not Culture Cams today. It's actually the boy.
Come on.
The boy Faysal. Welcome to the channel, bro.
Love my bro. Thank you for having me on.
Of course.
Let's talk about the downfall.
Oh, my days. Where do you want to get started? Because we got a big Arsenal committee, a big Arsenal fan community on this channel, bro. In fact, they all love to come when United loses games, when Liverpool loses games, when Chelsea loses games, but they often go missing when it's time to talk about Arsenal in serious capacity. Today is disappointing, bro. Today is an embarrassment, in my opinion.
Bro, I think it's a disgrace. I think in terms of Arsenal's most important game since 2006, arguably, since the Champions League final. You're telling me the way they came up, the manager, the players, no one stepped up, bro. And you're telling me this is your most important game. We wanted men. When I was a boys,
hold on.
We saw kids.
Hold on, you wanted men.
I wanted men. Every single one of them.
My guy doubled down, bro.
But nah, this was an embarrassment. Like from the goalkeeper, the goals they conceded, the players not stepping up, Erdegaard, Partey, Ben White, Saka, Arteta. This dialogue needs to be opened up now.
Absolutely. I mean, look, the whole talk before the game was there's no Saliba and how are Arsenal going to set up with Rob Holding, and that's really what's going to hold them back. But what I was saying before the game is I'm not a believer that one player can make or break a system. As great as I believe Saliba is, and I completely understand that Holding is not some elite level center back. I understand his limitations. One player coming in and out should not completely derail your team. And I'm looking at players in key positions that the last few weeks, not just this game, but the last 3-4 games, have faltered in their performances. They're not playing at the same level we saw them. Odegaard is one that you brought up. Partey is one that I brought up. I think even Bukayo Saka, his level has dropped in the last few weeks. But today was a game that Gary Neville said it perfectly. If you give a team the chance, or if you give any player the chance to say, look, I can win or lose the league based on one game, like a final, they would rip your hand off for it. And it didn't seem like any of those players were willing to rise to the opportunity that they had today.
100%. And I agree with you. Like, the thing is, these excuses weren't made beforehand. There was a couple of games when Gabriel Jesus was out. They weren't making those excuses.
They're saying talking to Mike, bro.
Well, talking to Mike, yeah? Oh, it's still working.
Yeah, talking to Mike. Yeah, they can hear you. They can hear you.
What was when Gabriel Jesus was missing games and they were winning?
Yeah.
Where was the excuses?
It's true.
When Partey was suspended a couple of games, was out. They were still winning. Where was the excuses? Yeah. You can't now just make excuses because Saliba. Yes, Saliba it's important. But bro, the last 3 games, Saliba's is I would say 10% of it. It's the mentality, bro. You said it, and you got cooked when you said it. The players are soft, bro. The players are soft. But you know what? The fans are soft as well.
The fans
game
giving up already.
Pre-game, giving up already. They came defeated, fam. Well, how can you do that in your most important game?
It's true still.
Come on, man.
And I look, I wanted to say at the time, because people were saying, oh, you called them soft. I didn't backtrack. I actually said what I really meant. I didn't think this team was soft in itself. I was saying the essence of Arsenal the last 20 years is soft, and I was seeing it creep into this current iteration. But I think I inadvertently made a great point, because I actually agree with you. This team, bro, their mentality, I think, has to be questioned, right? I think any team, when they're on top and they're winning games, they're playing beautiful football, everyone looks great. But it's really in moments like this, when the team is suffering and the system is kind of failing, who can you look at and say, get me out of a hole? Create me a solution that doesn't rely on the system to kind of create it. And I've seen Martinelli the last few weeks do that. I've seen Saka in flashes do that. But today, and I have to look at the manager too, it's a complete failure
100%
at every single level. And I don't want to say they're soft. I still don't think so. But it's very clearly a team that is not ready to win the league, bro. They are not ready to win the league.
They are soft, bro. When we talk about the elite of players, the elite, they step up during crunch time. Crunch time, they step up. You telling me against Liverpool, you can make an argument, in my opinion, whether they bottled it, whether they're not, whether they should have left with a point. That's fine. But they were 2-0 up against a poor, very, very poor Liverpool side. 30 minutes. You telling me why would you you conceded 2 goals, but Arteta, the substitutions didn't work out. The following game against West Ham, 2-0 up, came back. Mentality. Southampton, 3-1
It's
down.
the worst team in the league.
Bottom place, bro. Yeah. Bottom place. You're allowing them to score 3 goals at your home. Not even that. The first 30 seconds, you concede a goal. And now, against City, fair enough. You're rattled. It's a big occasion. The first three minutes, it should have been a penalty.
True. Facts.
Should have been Partey clearly tripped KDB. And then a couple 5 minutes after, 1-0 City. It is a mentality thing. They're not ready for the stage. A lot of, throughout the whole stage, Arsenal fans were giving all the guns. So, oh, Arsenal players, this and that. We've got this. We've got Saka, Erdogan. Liban was spitting. Erdogan, Fins. But where's the energy now?
It's
Where's
true.
the
It's
energy
true,
now?
bro. It's true. And it is a bottle job, right? I know Arsenal fans will say it's not a bottle
has
job.
to
We're up
be.
against a
It
great
has to
City
be.
team. This is a bottle job. But
It
like you
has to
said, the
be.
last 4 games, today is just capitulation. And it was
100%.
coming. But the last 3 games, I can't think of a single title winner ever that went 4 games without a win in a league that they won. It's impossible. You can't go that many games in a row and drop points and not expect
Facts.
other teams to
Facts.
capitulate. So I understand City are great, but this is a team that has completely collapsed under the pressure. And look, man, do you see this Arsenal team now, right? Because I think the league is done. What about you? It's over.
It was done since last week. I reckon it was done since. For me specifically, I said it for a time now. If Arsenal go to Anfield and get a W, seasons is theirs. If they leave with anything but a W, City's going to catch up.
Really?
And it showcased it against West Ham and that's Southampton. I think it's done now. And I feel like I blame it. In my opinion, I go back. I always like to refer football to NBA. I refer this to Arteta. You're telling me this is a playoff game. Where's the adjustments after game 1?
Bro, this is what I keep saying,
After
right?
game 2.
People talking about holding. Oh, holding doesn't allow you to defend space higher up the pitch. I get that, right? Like their whole thing with Saliba and
Change
Gabriel
it.
is that when they lose the ball, they're able to basically squeeze the opposition in and win it up in higher positions. And they also have the pace of both of them that they can kind of leave space in behind because they'll recover. And holding, when you play him up in those positions, he's a bit uncomfortable. I mean, I think even Haaland for the goal that De Bruyne scores, he easily turns him and there's plenty of space. I get that. But this is where, as a manager, you can't replace Saliba with holding man for man and don't make any adjustments and just hope that holding can do the same job Saliba can.
Literally.
Move your defense as a unit deeper. Make yourself more compact. You're going to have to sacrifice the way you play and play a bit more defensive and pragmatic, but it'll avoid you, Rob Holding, from being exposed as much as he has been. Because Holding, we get it, he's not a great player, but asking Holding to do what Saliba can do,
You can't.
that's not on Holding
That's
at the end of
dumb.
the day. That's
Yeah.
on the manager. And I think
Exactly.
he's failed to make adjustments in these last 4 games. I completely understand, right? What makes Arsenal such a great team, what makes City such a great team, and Liverpool a great team in the past, they have the system that is unbelievable, and the manager lives and dies by it. I get it. But in games like this, especially when you go 4 games unbeaten, at some point, the system is failing.
Yes, and you mentioned it. What makes the good team is the system, but what makes a good manager is the tactical.
Flexibility.
Where was he? Where was the last 4 games? You can't expect, as you mentioned it quite perfectly, you can't expect Holding to do Saliba's job.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. You can't manage to be like, cool. Big man, no, do that. You can't do that, bro. There is one person's ability. It can't increase within a drastic of couple of days.
It's true.
I blame it on Arteta. The last 4 games, in my opinion, it's a combination of both the players dropping their performances have dropped massively. And let's start naming them for the Arsenal fans. And let's put them energy on top of
Yeah,
it.
go talk.
First of all, Gabriel. Today's game, the first goal, Gabriel stinker. First goal, easily got turned by KDB.
Yeah.
The second goal, people talk about, against West Ham Holding. But the first goal, Party, yes, but Gabriel, rash tackle.
Yeah.
Against Southampton.
Yeah.
The Walcott goal. What happened to that? Gabriel.
He's looked at 6s and 7s every single game, bro. I think today was actually the worst one, right? Like I think even the first game,
Even the Liverpool game.
That's true.
The first goal.
Yeah.
Salah, where's the tactical awareness?
I thought he was okay that game, but I'm talking Gabriel. I remember the first game against City when they lost 3-1, and I think Ilyas was saying it perfectly that the first half, Saliba was matched up with Haaland. He took that assignment basically. If it's NBA, he takes that assignment personally.
Facts.
And he locked up Haaland for 45 minutes. Even Haaland's dad, Ilyas was telling us, was saying Saliba, he's playing a great game. Second half, Haaland starts targeting Gabriel.
And then he saw the difference.
Immediately he exploits him. And I think today was more Haaland versus Holding. I get it, but Gabriel, we talked about him as the best defender in the league this year. This is why I was telling you earlier, and we're going to talk about this guy later, but the difference between the best performing player and the best player is very different. Best performing player has a lot to do with the system that you're in, the coach that you're in, the 10 players around you. But Gabriel is not the best defender in the league. He's never been, and he never will be. That's the harsh reality of the situation. I think he's looked exposed these last 2 games.
Of course, without his main partner, where has he been? You expect as a partnership, when someone goes away and someone else comes, you expect that person to step up and show his leadership. He hasn't shown his leadership. The past 4 games, there's no leadership quality shown. And you expect like the all-timers, like sometimes when Diaz and Laporte, one of them messed out, they're still stepping up. Stones, exceptional. But the other person, Thomas Partey, Thomas Partey.
What did I say this week? Yeah, I don't know if you saw what I said this week. I said Rodri has been so disrespected this season, being compared to Thomas Partey. I think so personally, and I think personally he's better than Casemiro too. But I think that's at least a conversation. Partey cannot shine Rodri's shoes, bro. He can't shine them.
Well, the amount of times he got dispossessed. The last goal.
It's not even dispossessed, bro. He has no awareness. He has no awareness of his surroundings, bro. He is consistently. There's a reason why Partey was like, oh, he has so much space to cover. He's covering so much space because, bro, he's always in the wrong position to start with, bro.
And that's the reason why Diego Simeone offloaded him.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think so. I think he had a release clause that was very affordable for a player of his quality, and he had to let him go, bro.
Why though? Why? Because
he was being underpaid.
Underpaid, but what's the reason for that though? What's the reason for that?
I don't know.
You've got and with Atleti, you've got a great partnership. Koke with Simeone wants midfielders who is complete.
Yeah.
Would you classify Partey as a complete midfielder?
No, but I wouldn't consider Koke. I think personally, I think he had a great partnership between Partey and Rodri. I think so. Koke was playing sometimes on the outside midfield,
on the left,
bro.
on the right. Yeah.
I think Partey and Rodri had a great. I think you're trying to dig out Partey. I think Partey did his thing, bro. But I think the last few games, Partey again is showing that he can't shine Rodri's shoes.
100%.
He can't shine them.
And Odegaard.
That's the one I think that is. We need a real conversation on him, bro.
I said,
because I've overrated Odegaard this year, to be honest.
Me too. Yeah. I was one of the people who said 5 months ago when Odegaard was stepping up mad, I said, you know what, Madrid may have made a mistake. We might have bottled it, selling him for what, 35 million? Because 5 months ago he wasn't worth 35 million. 5 months ago he was worth 70, 80 million. But now, you know what, Perez? I'm sorry, bro. I wasn't. You know what? I wasn't familiar. Because bro, if Odegaard was performing the way he is now at Santiago Bernabeu.
Oh yeah. He wouldn't. Yeah.
Destroyed, fam.
Yeah. And no, I want to say, I've looked at Odegaard this season. I was the one who said, "Oh, Paqueta is better than Odegaard." Clearly, I was wrong about that. Odegaard, he scored the last 4 games. But forget about that. Odegaard is better, and I think he's had a great season. He's been one of the best midfielders in the league. But I think with Odegaard, he's such a beautiful player to watch that it sometimes blinds his bad games. Like sometimes we overlook his bad games because we're such a fan of the way he plays. Odegaard away from home in the big games this season, bro, hasn't been good enough.
Stinky.
He hasn't been good enough, bro. And I think I look at this Arsenal season in different segments. I think the first half of the season, or the first third of the season, the first fourth of the season, Gabriel Jesus was the guy.
Yes.
And then it was Odegaard who had a really great part of the season. And now Martinelli is kind of closing out the season well for them. And all throughout the season, Saka has been great. But people talk about Odegaard like he's been Arsenal's best player. I don't think he has been, bro. I think he's been brilliant in moments. I think he's been a massive improvement on last year. But there have been too many times, especially like I said, in the big away games, where it's almost Ozil-esque, bro. Where are you? Today, where was he?
Okay.
Where was he?
I hear that. And not just today, even the last 4 games. You're right. And you mentioned a certain moment, certain phases of the season, Gabriel's better. What's his name? Martinelli, Saka, even for City. The thing is, that's what City does best. The last 4 or 5 games, who can you actually say, you know what, this Arsenal player has actually been very good?
The last 4 games. Martinelli, that's it.
But
Martinelli's the only one I can say has been good.
Exactly, but there's no one near the Martinelli that we know of. City. That's why, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I've disrespected City this season.
Well, let's talk about City, to be honest with you. Hold on. First of all, we got a few super chats.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring this up right now. Let's push this one back a little.
So laptop as well, fam.
Yeah, I'm locked up right now. The super chat here from Priest the Banter says, "Let's join together and celebrate Arsenal's funeral." We got another one here from Tom M saying, "Off topic, but Trent in his new role is amazing." Yeah, we got Izzy in the cut here too. So if he wants to talk about Trent later, he might be able to, but no promises.
I would love to.
You can come in.
I would love to.
I don't know if they can hear you right now, but
I would love to talk about the best right back in the world.
We'll bring him in soon. But yeah, let's talk about City, to be honest with you, because I agree. I think all season long they've been disrespected. All season long they have not been given the respect that 2 soon-to-be 3-time champions deserve, bro. Give me a little bit on City.
I think with City, yeah, this is where I'm sorry to Pep, because throughout the whole season we were saying, "Cool, can Pep do it? Can Pep work with a number 9?" It didn't work out with Haaland early on. He was trying to fit him in.
Hold on, you say it didn't work. He was still scoring.
He was
goals,
scoring,
bro.
but it was the rest now. But then I realized a month ago, I realized what Haaland's been doing it throughout the whole season. Early on, the other players didn't step up.
Yeah.
But now when you've got everyone playing at the peak, KDB, Grealish, Bernardo Silva, where's Diaz come from? Early part of the season. Where was Diaz?
Yeah.
Now Diaz in there.
Gundogan,
It's scary,
yeah.
bro. It is literally scary. And now you know what? I feel like should we talk about the Madrid?
We'll talk about Madrid later.
Let's see
Now.
after.
Yeah,
Let's see
we'll talk,
the matchup. But yeah, I feel like I can't lie.
You're nervous.
You might. Am I nervous?
Are you a little concerned?
I'm concerned. I'm concerned. But
Yeah.
there is different matchup which we can explore. We can talk
Absolutely.
about later. But I feel like listen, put some respect on, especially Pep.
Absolutely,
Put some
absolutely.
respect,
This
man.
is, I
This
I
is
think
scary.
Cam on our channel said a few times that he thinks this is one of, if not Pep's best coaching job in terms of like
agree.
adapting to his team and
I
like
agree.
having to adjust for certain players, the way he's kind of built something for Grealish now. But one thing I said, and apparently Pep even agrees, but I said at the beginning of the season, as much as people are saying, oh, can Haaland play in City's system and whatnot, I said as much as Haaland needs to adjust to City, City needs to adjust for him. And I actually think Haaland did very well to adjust to them. Haaland, I've come to the conclusion, I believe he'll score 20 goals for Bournemouth. I think he will score goals wherever he goes. He's that brilliant of a goal scorer. But City were the ones that were failing to adjust to him. So like you're saying, he might score goals, but was the team operating at its best? It's not his fault. It's the team. And now we've kind of reached the point in the season, guys, where everything is perfect.
Exactly.
Everything they know, every player knows their role. Every player knows how the system works inside out. And Haaland just continuing to do his
And
thing.
now he's fine. You mentioned he's now found the formula. Early this year, if you remember the Spurs game, they were playing 4-4-2 without KDB. It was Alvarez. It was Alvarez and Haaland.
Yeah,
Another game, you had Bernardo Silva as left back.
Yeah.
Ricky
Lewis came in.
Somehow had a little purple
Yeah,
patch there.
yeah.
But ever since, I don't know when, I think it was after the Forest game, after the 1-1, where they somehow drew that game. After that, he was like, you know what? Pep was like, you know what Pep does sometimes? I feel like whoever thinks it, he thinks, it's a chess game. He thinks 10 steps ahead. He was like, you know what? Let me just win it easy. Let me just win it the way I can. He just stuck to his main. The last month, this has been City's only lineup. We know
it's the same. We know the lineup. Yeah.
A couple months ago, we didn't know it.
Yep. Yeah,
now
it's
every
true.
lineup is the same. Bernardo Silva, Grealish, Haaland, KDB, Gondo, Rodri, and the back force now. Literally 4 centre backs.
And I think that's the brilliant part about Pep, right? Pep, everyone looks at him as like, oh, tiki-taka, and he's an idealist, and he's a football purist.
He's adapted, man.
Pep is a winner. Beyond anything, beyond tactics, he is obsessed with winning. And he has looked at the City team and looked and said, I can't play the way I did in 18-19. I can't play the way I played with Barca. I'm going to play 4 center backs, not even 4 ball playing. It's not like we have Eric Garcia here. 4 defenders, 4 center backs, Ake, Akanji, Stones, Diaz. A grown man and Rodri in front of them, a 6'5" killer up front. This team is, like you said, they're men, bro. There's no kids anymore, bro. There's no Rico Lewis in any of this.
It's scary. And off the bench, you bring Real Mahrez.
You bring Alvarez. You bring Foden.
But this is
Laporte. Laporte doesn't even get off the bench, bro.
This is not fair. Honestly, this is not fair, and it just shows. But let's just give just one advantage to Arsenal. Yeah. The fact that they had to compete with this till game week.
It's impressive. It's absolutely impressive.
Yes, they've bottled it, but we have to give them the benefit. Like, come on, 32 games, they had to compete with this monster. Fair play to them. Like, yes, they bottled it, but credit was come on, 32 games. That's not bad.
That's impressive. Speaking on monsters, there's only one monster we can really talk about. My man of the match, Erling Haaland. He was the man of the match today. I think so.
Oh, good. Because I mentioned it and people said, oh, where's the KDB?
I think KDB was also fantastic.
I agree.
But I'm going to say this, and it might be ironic coming from what I said yesterday, but if anything,
very ironic.
I think Erling Haaland proved my point, personally. People will say, oh, speak on Haaland. I think he actually proved my point. Today was Haaland's most complete performance in a Manchester City shirt. And I said that even before he scored a goal. When you talk about all-around performances, all-around footballers, today, guys, was a complete number 9 masterclass.
Correct.
Right? People will talk about Haaland when he has 6 touches of the ball and scores a goal. That's absolutely effective, and why it makes him a killer in front of goal. But for me, when I talk about a footballer, that's not a footballer. Today, Erling Haaland dominated in his position, bro. Even with the ball at his feet, even without scoring a goal. So I think he was a handful for Holding and Gabriel. I think he was brilliant at getting his players involved. I mean, the assist, the first one that he has for De Bruyne. De Bruyne goes on a brilliant run, but that's brilliant center forward play. And that's what, for me, if I want to ever call Erling Haaland the best in the world, I want to be seeing that outside of the goals. 100%. So people will say, oh, he got you or he heard you. I think he did. Maybe he did hear me because today was a brilliant performance. And I said that even before the goal. So
I saw
top class.
You know what's interesting about today's performance about Haaland as well? I saw a stat earlier after the game finished. You know, Haaland in the 90 minutes before this game, when there is a sequence of play and he gets the ball, he takes 3 touches before he releases it. This is the only game so far this season where it was about 7 or 8 possessions where he had more than 3 touches. So he took 1, 2, 3. He held more of the ball and then released it. Bro, today was I reckon he saw your tweet. As a fan, this
You're welcome. You're welcome, Erling Haaland. I got you.
This Lias he's now in the bro. Today, I can't lie, and it got his deserved goal as well.
He could have had 3 or 4. That's another thing. It was like a reverse. It was like the most un-Erling Haaland performance ever.
Especially that first half.
Yeah.
2 assists. I mean, the first 90 minutes, 2 assists, and like 5
big chances,
5 easy chances. But nah, listen, he's gonna be scary. And City brought him for one reason only, and it wasn't for the Premier League. It was for the Champions League. Yeah. And now let's see. So far, this Champions League, 5 goals against Leipzig, this goal against Dortmund, 2 goals against Bayern. Well, it's been scary. Let's see, because City brought him to take down the champions. Let's see if he can do it.
And I mean, you say they brought him for the Champions League, but he's also broken the Premier League record
Which
with
is
how many
insane.
games left to play?
Season.
With how many games left to play?
And in his first season, incredible.
Respect the institution or whatever Rory Jennings said. Hype, bro. Respect the institution. Hype.
Messi is going to be a flop this season. Come on, Rory.
Crazy, man.
I like Rory.
Do you think Haaland can go and break his own record next year? Or do you think this is just a special year and he'll go back to scoring like 25, 26 next season?
I reckon next season, once he gets more understanding, so bro, he's on
it's only his first year. Yeah,
he's having the only first season, bro. Well, they call it what's the NBA term? They call it the first season is the feel out.
Feel out season.
Bro, feel out season. He breaks.
This is Kawhi at the Raptors, bro. Feel out season.
And now second season, what's gonna happen to him? I reckon next season, once Pep, I reckon now is find the right players, and he knows every single player. And I think next season he's gonna increase it. I reckon because there's never been in the Premier League history. You correct me if I'm wrong. Has there ever been a team where they've won 4 Premier League titles in a row?
4? Yeah, never. United have done 3 in a row twice.
Pep is about to do history now with City. Well, Pep is a genius. But you know what? Let me take another level. Let me do 4 now. You never know, bro. And next season, with the money, I reckon this season they might get the right players. Gundogan is rumored to leave.
They might be bringing Jude in. They're talking about. Yeah.
Imagine that. They copy basically, literally the exact same player. Bernardo Silva's rumored to leave. You know what? Let's get maybe Kivicha. Yeah. Never know, man. But it's a Champions League which they won, and let's see if they can win it this season. Which I don't think they will, but.
So I said my man of the match was Haaland, but I think if it wasn't going to be Haaland, it was going to be Kevin De Bruyne, who I know you got this thing against KDB. I don't know what it is.
I don't, man. I don't
believe you, bro. You be talking about KDB with too much vitriol, in my opinion. Because KDB is maybe bar Mo Salah. Because I think Salah, honestly, his big game resume is top as well. Every time he plays United and City, he takes it personally. But I'll say it actually. KDB, I think, is the best big game player in the country. I think when it comes to the big games against United, Liverpool, Arsenal, City, or Chelsea, he turns up every single time for his team, bro. And today is no different. Like, this is the 3rd goal that he scores against Arsenal this season. I think it's his 7th goal, period, against Arsenal. When it's the big games, he rises.
He does. No,
so
my problem with KDB is it's not KDB itself. It's what people they trying to make him bigger than what he actually is. I've always said KDB for me is top 3 Premier League history already. I think he can arguably, I've even said it, he can arguably be the best midfielder Premier League I've ever seen. No, I think it's true. Yeah. But my problem is now compare him with the big boys, with the Lucas. He would never ever in his career be table 1.
But do you think if he wins the Champions League and the treble this year? So guys, if you guys aren't familiar with Faysal and what he does, he has this table 1 of midfielders of all time. So you got Zidane there, you got Iniesta, Xavi, and Luka Modric. Me, I have Pirlo in there, but those are his 4. So you're saying that De Bruyne can never be at that table, maybe because he doesn't have the international careers that they have, the European catalog.
You talk about he's stepping up. He stepped up in the thing. Where was he? Where was he with Belgium? 2018. Who was the best player? Eden Hazard. Last season. Eden Hazard.
Look, I agree with you. I don't think
the only one that you can make a case was 2014. But was he really?
Me personally, I don't.
Euros 2020.
Yeah, he was, look, I agree. I don't have De Bruyne on my table 1 either. And I see someone here saying best midfielder in the Premier League history is not table 1. How is that? Who is the current best? If it's not De Bruyne, before it was, I didn't have the guy who was.
Lampard,
none of them are table 1 for me either. So my question for you is, maybe he's already there right now. But if he's to win the treble and three-peat the Premier League, along with his 2 players of the years, all his stats, his goals, his assists, does he sit at table 2 for you?
Oh yes.
You would sit at the table 2 for you.
If he does what you just mentioned, 100%. He will sit. However, he will maybe have a starter.
He doesn't get a full course meal.
That's a couple of people he got full. Like,
They got entrees and
Pirlo, Kaká.
So the Bruyne,
Toni Kroos.
the Bruyne is only getting the what's it called, calamari, or he's getting
hummus. You know what I mean? Like bread, non-bread, fam. You know what I mean? Water. No Pepsi.
You're back.
just water. But now, and I say it now, if he steps up in the biggest stage of them all, Champions League, I want to see carry job. Euros, yes, Eden Hazard's now this is your team. Euros, World Cup, you know what? Maybe you can sit like the big boy thing, but not now.
That's
my problem.
I see this guy saying he's table. Well, a lot of people are disagreeing with you. He's table 1. He's this. He's that. These tables are stinky. How is Scholes? Guys, table 1 can't have 50 midfielders. This guy's saying, how can Scholes not? Well, let me find the.
You're trying to hold on. Well, the person who said you're stinky, fam. You're trying to tell me.
These are my viewers, bro. This guy said, how is Scholes not table 1? Even players like Zidane and Xavi have mad respect for him. Zidane named his son Enzo after Enzo Francescoli, former Uruguayan midfielder. Enzo Francescoli is not making table 1, bro. So I don't care what Zidane says. This is our tables, bro. I'm with you. Like, this is elite company. Scholes for me is table 2. This is coming from a United fan.
Table
But
2.
yeah.
Lampard's not even table 2, fam.
Don't joke with that one. If you want to talk about Lampard, we'll talk about Van Nistelrooy. We'll talk about the second, the goal scorers, bro. These are the geniuses of the game. Save me on Lampard, bro. But De Bruyne, unbelievable performance. Is there anyone else on City? Because I feel like today, those were the 2 standout performers. They're 2 best players for me. Possibly 2 of the best 5 players in the league, 2 of the best probably 5-10 in the world. But it was just such a complete performance from goalkeeper to striker to Pep. Everyone just played at an elite level. And I think we said it on the stream, right? These are players that have been in this moment so many times against, let's face it, a Liverpool team that was much better than this Arsenal side, in my opinion. They've been in these moments, in these big games, time after time after time, and risen and won trophies. So I'd never had any doubt in my mind that City would be up for this game, and they didn't prove me wrong. It's Arsenal that we had the doubts. Could they rise to this level?
100%.
This is where you see the levels are shown.
And bro, no, it's scary. I don't even feel like they reached the full potential in gear. Like, I reckon after the first goal, they took it. You know what? Let's just take it easy on them. They should have scored 2. They should have pressured.
Yeah.
Arsenal were on the ropes since the first minute, but they're like, you know what? After the first 10 minutes, let's just give them a chance. Second half, that's when they're like, Pep, I reckon Pep was like, you know what? Let's get at least that cushion, that 2/3 goal. I feel like I said, they weren't the best player. Like they weren't at that full potential. But that's the scary
part. Could have
part.
scored 5 or 6 today.
But that's the scary part about it. But let's see now if they can maintain this heading into what they wanted, the trophy which they've been desperately wanted.
The Champions League.
We'll
go through a few more super chats.
Absolutely.
I think Arsenal deserved it. Deserved what they got. They got way too cocky.
What facts?
Yeah.
Facts, though.
I mean, Fergie, he used to always say about the Premier League, right? The title race starts in April. That's when the title race actually begins. And this April, you know that J. Cole line where he's like, every February shit gets spooky or whatever. Every April shit gets spooky for Arsenal, bro. Shit gets spooky.
Fergie's spitting, bro. Arsenal, this ain't the first time as well.
Oh, by the way, Gary Neville, you owe that man an apology. Or Arsenal fans owe that man an apology, 100%. Bro.
But he's been saying this since when? Since early.
They were dissing a man who's won the Premier League 8 times, trying to tell them how to win the league.
He's been saying it early. People said he had an agenda. Come on, man.
A man who's won the league 8 times is trying to tell them how to win the league, and they were telling him he was an idiot.
Speaking from experience.
Bro, he's done it 8 times, bro. He's been here, bro.
Experience.
Olu says Haaland decided to stop playing like people in Zaggy. Facts. Facts. It's true, bro.
It was you compared to Zaggy.
It's true, bro. He's playing like cracked out. I know. That's what I said about Haaland before. Like today, obviously, a different performance. But the way Haaland's played this season, he's a cracked out Ruud van Nistelrooy, bro. Okay. He's Ruud van Nistelrooy on steroids.
Okay, let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
If Haaland maintains the way he played today, and he changes, and that's going to be.
If Haaland plays like this every game for the rest of his career,
is he going to be better than Mbappe? Because you said, because I remember you saying in the thing, you said that's free. That's place will never be Mbappe, Messi. I get it. Neymar, I would 100% agree with.
Yeah, as a footballer, yeah.
As a footballer, but would he better be? Would he basically win the Ballon d'Or over Neymar?
No, hold on. Haaland should win the Ballon d'Or this year. I've never said differently. What about, we're getting about Messi. Messi, for me, I'm a big Messi fan. You know that. 12 months is bigger than 1 month for me. I said at the same time when Messi won in 2010, he should have won over Schneider, should have won it in 2014. 1 month of the World Cup shouldn't define if you win the World Cup or not. Haaland, if City go on and win the treble, should win the Ballon d'Or.
It will never happen though.
But-
I agree with what I said.
But
I
my point is, the Ballon d'Or is not always won by the best footballer in the world. It's won by the best
Yes.
performer in the world. So I remember Modric in 2018 when he won the Ballon d'Or. Was he better than Messi as a footballer? No, he's not a better player, but he had the best year.
Yes.
Shevchenko and Nedved, when they won the Ballon d'Ors in 2003, 2004, were they better footballers than Thierry Henry? No, but they had, in the eyes of the voters, better seasons, better performances.
Combine that with 2006, Cannavaro.
Is he a better footballer than Ronaldinho or Zidane? No, but he had the best year in the eyes of the voters. So Haaland has had the best year out of anyone, in my opinion, this season. Now, you're asking me, will he be a better footballer than Mbappe? If he plays like the way he did today, I can start entertaining that conversation. Now, it's not ludicrous, in my opinion. Because for me, a player that touches the ball 6 times a game, 14 times a game, can't be a better footballer with the ball at his feet.
No, I agree with you.
Because people were saying, "Oh, Haaland, you're asking him to do Rabona." I'm not asking him to do that. I'm asking him to do things that, like, different facets of the game: play, make, create, hold up the ball, dribble. Like, football is not all about goal scoring. But if he plays like this, then yeah, I can start having him in that conversation with the guy like the likes of Haaland. Because Haaland is not Messi. Haaland is not Haaland. Mbappe is not Messi. Mbappe is not Neymar. He's not at a level of like technique and all that stuff, untouchable, and no one can chat to him.
For me, I would never entertain it.
I would be able to start at least entertaining it a little bit.
Bro, I'll just shut the door, bro. That the Mbappe comparison was never. But for me, your chats might hate me. They might just say, "No, don't bring this Faysal guy ever again." Well, he might. For me, he needs to get close to Vinny before he could get close to Mbappe, fam.
That's crazy.
I'm just
Vinny.
Vinny, bro. Vinny's closer to Mbappe than he is to Haaland. Bro.
As a footballer or as a player?
As a footballer, and I'm telling you right now, if you wanted to start your franchise with one person, you're picking Vinny, bro. You ain't picking Haaland. Sam, bro.
I don't know. I think Haaland right now, bro, is pretty high in terms of who you want on your team. The guy, bro, literally any player, any team he goes to, he will score 20 goals in the league minimum. I think if he played for Bournemouth, he'd score 20 goals.
People must say, "Oh, I'm not comparing them as a player." Of course, one is a striker, one is a winger. But if I'm taking someone to impact a game of football, I'm taking Vinny, bro, all day long. Vinny, the way
There's
Vinny
no bias involved in that.
That's no bias involved. That's no bias.
This guy is saying, he's talking about Mbappe. Hold on, where is it? What's Mbappe doing since the World Cup? But this is what I'm talking about, right? Last year, Haaland scored 40 plus goals. And no one was suggesting he was the best player in the world or he should win the Ballon d'Or. But you put Haaland into a team that is as cohesive as City with the best manager in the world and the best players in the world, and his performances elevate. Now, if you were to put Mbappe in these kinds of situations, in this kind of scenario where he's under Pep and he's playing in a system that suits him,
Scary.
PSG is a mess, bro. What would Mbappe be doing? So this is where, when I talk about who's the better performer versus who's the better footballer, this is where, for me, they get mixed up, and they're not the same thing. But at the end of the day, we're talking about 3 of the best players in the world. That we all know.
100%. Mbappe, Vinny, and Haaland.
Yeah, they are the next gen. They're leading for it. Yeah,
100%. And it's going to be Mbappe and Vinny fighting for that Ballon d'Or.
Let's talk a little bit about. Oh, we got a super. What do you say? Haaland, no.
Vinny, I'm telling you right now, a hot take or not, Vinny's going to win the Ballon d'Or before Haaland.
What? So Vinny is winning it this year, then?
No. Messi's winning this
year. You think this year,
I don't know,
if Haaland wins the Ballon d'Or,
bro,
you're giving. If Haaland wins the treble,
Haaland can score now, hat trick every single game. The Ballon d'Or for this season is locked, bro. I don't know why people.
You reckon?
It's locked, bro.
Why?
Bro, Ballon d'Or. But you know about the Ballon d'Or.
The 2008, the 2014 World Cup. Messi did not win the World Cup. He won the Ballon d'Or.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. 2018, when Luka Modric won it, back then the Ballon d'Or was decided differently. It was decided on an annual basis. Now they've changed it this last season. The moment
that was part of the year.
Correct. But the moment Ronaldo decided to leave Madrid when? In July.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah,
the moment he left Madrid, Paris made the phone call.
Okay, so you believe. So, okay, 2014, Germany won the World Cup. Messi won the Ballon d'Or. 2010, Spain won the World Cup. Messi won the Ballon d'Or. Why is it now Messi wins the World Cup or wins the Ballon d'Or because he won the World Cup?
It's a story. Messi winning the
I'd love it.
Messi winning what he wanted.
I don't think he does. I don't think Messi over this season has been the best.
It's not going to change. If they gave Messi the best player, all right. Now you know what? I will give you an example. The Golden Ball, which Messi won in January, Why did he win it? That was based on a yearly.
That was FIFA the best award. That's a FIFA award.
No.
The Ballon d'Or is voted by journalists.
Brother, that was based on 2022. From the 1st of January to the 31st of 31st or 30th of December of that year, yeah? They gave it to Messi because of one reason and one reason only, because of the World Cup.
That's a FIFA.
Benzema that season. What did he do?
I get that. Excuse me, but bro, that's a FIFA award that they basically, the whole thing was biased towards the FIFA World Cup. That's why Emi Martinez won Goalkeeper of the Year. That's why Scaloni won Coach of the Year. That's why Argentina won Team of the Year, and Messi won the best for FIFA. But the Ballon d'Or, France football, the journalists decided. Okay, and it's over the season,
and it's 3 months after the World Cup. And if my man won it, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be a lock. I don't see anyone winning it but Messi. If I'm wrong, tell me. You know what? Cook me. But I know I'm gonna.
I won't go. I'll be happy if Messi wins it. I'll be very happy. But I don't think. I think this year, objectively, I think Haaland deserves the Ballon d'Or this year. I think he's been the best performer.
I can think of 3 players who deserves it more than Messi, but Messi's gonna win it just because of the story.
Fair enough. Ali the Great here says KDB is the best transition player on the planet. Look how good Haaland looks with space. How Arsenal allowed City to transition that easily is crazy. You can't give City that much space. Well, here's the thing. The best transition player on the planet, I disagree. I think it's Mbappe. I still think Mbappe on the transition is a joke. And Haaland on the transition too, a joke as well.
Vinny as well.
But yeah, but KDB, he's right, bro. KDB, that's what I always said, right? I said it last year for the first time, and people sometimes agree to disagree. I think he's a hybrid of 3 players, or he takes the best qualities of 3 players. He takes the ball striking and the crossing of David Beckham. He takes the ball, like the engine and the power of Steven Gerrard. And I think he takes the ball carrying and the driving forward of Kaká. I think he takes those 3 attributes and combines it into one prototype, and that's Kevin De Bruyne. And in transition, bro, the guy is disgusting. The guy is unstoppable. You look at him and you don't think he'd be that great of an athlete. But for all of we talk about KDB's technique and his skill, physically, bro, he's as much a PNP player as all the other guys we talk about. He's a physical specimen.
I know. I agree on the basis that he might be more complete than the 3 players they just mentioned.
I'm not saying he's better.
No. But I feel like you compared transition and the final third with Kaká.
I'm talking about the way he picks up the ball and drives and carries the ball forward.
Similar to Ricardo Kaká?
I think similar, yeah. I'm not saying at the same level or he's better than. I'm saying he does it in a way that Kaká did.
I don't know, man.
I think, bro, we love Kaká. Kaká is an all-timer for me. But Kevin De Bruyne is the best in his position and doing things probably with more longevity and consistency than Kaká was too.
Facts.
So facts. I don't think I know we love to protect these players, and Kaká is whether you think Kaká is better than De Bruyne or not. But I think De Bruyne deserves to be chatting to these kinds of players, bro.
No, 100%. But similar in that aspect, that's a bit. But I agree with the other 2, like with the Stevie G point. For me, Bex, I don't rate him highly as a lot of people do.
But you have to rate his crossing.
Oh, yes, crossing.
That's what I'm saying. Kevin De Bruyne on that right-hand side.
That's the only thing he had in his game, fam.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on, man.
Beckham is underrated, bro.
That's the only thing he had in his game.
He's one of the best passers of his generation, bro.
Passing hype, fam.
Passing hype for a midfielder. Passing hype for a midfielder.
He's a
You're a hater, brother.
He's a galactical fraud, fam.
That's not his whole career. Shush, man. So
galactical fraud, fam.
Fu, come here, bro. This is an SDS FTBL crossover, bro.
Oh, debut. Yes, we're here. Arsenal fans, call doctor to check if you got low B12 because this is real. Wallah. I've got it from Liverpool trauma. You guys bottled the league, so I don't know. They might have a mad thing.
Talk to me, bro. You've been in this situation.
Say here.
Yeah, Faysal. Well, thank you, bro. Appreciate you for coming on. We're gonna have Izzy for just a little bit, and then we'll lock this off.
My Faysal was there for an hour, and I'm there for like 2 minutes.
Well, you can be here as long as you want, bro. How about that?
Come on.
So, Fu, we'll talk about Liverpool, of course.
Yeah.
Because I know you're super gassed, but yeah, smash the like button as well, guys. You've been in this situation that Arsenal have been in several times, and you've been warning Arsenal fans saying like, this only ends one way.
Yeah.
You've been talking about surviving Manchester City. You feel vindicated, bro.
Vindicated is a big word. I'm gonna act like I know what that means.
Vindicated means like you won, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I do in a way. I do feel vindicated because it's a vindication. This is what I told Arsenal fans. Please do not get excited. City.
This guy's
on my debut.
You don't rate you, bro.
No, I've been telling them City, their season starts in April.
Yeah.
In terms of where they're most focused.
Sir Alex said that too. So,
Yeah,
you know,
from
it's
April-
two great minds.
Two great minds things alike. Ferguson, shout me. You get me? But yeah, no, I've always said Man City. I always say Man City from April to May, they're monsters, bro.
Yeah.
Like if you are not above 12 points above them during April, forget it. If you're not 12 points above City in April, forget it. It's long. Like Arsenal will like what? 8 points, 9 points, max 11 maybe.
Yeah. They were by a lot. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't
Whether
enough.
City, it wasn't enough. Now look, Arsenal are top by a point or two, and they know it's done.
Let me ask
They-
you this.
You may ask me anything you want.
Oh, I'm honored.
Yes.
Is the treble on, bro? Are Manchester City winning the treble this year?
Potentially.
That's not the answer I want. I want a yes or no.
You know how it is with Champions League, man. We've seen Man City in the semi-finals before and in the final, and that's where they crumble. But now I just feel like it might be a bit different. Real Madrid they're not the Real Madrid of last year, where they were dominating. They fell off a bit. No, they're not. They're not the
I
same
agree.
Real
You
Madrid
know how
of
many
last
points they
year.
are behind Barcelona?
27.
14.
It's basically 27. You know why? 14 and 27 means impossible. You're not going.
They're 50 points.
Yeah,
behind.
it's done. They're done. They're finished. Yeah? They're not winning the Liga. They're not the same team as they are last year. So I believe, you know what? If Man City can get past that test, then yeah, final.
Milan teams, they'll smoke them.
No disrespect, but yeah, City will handle Inter and AC, either one. We have in the past in the last couple of years, so we played both of them. We've been fortunate to beat them. But yeah, no, the treble, yeah, it looks like it could happen. But then again, anything can happen in football, man. We was meant to win the quad last season, and then look what happened.
Yeah, life comes
You
at
know
you
what I mean?
fast, right?
Yeah, man, it hits you fast. Real talk. So, no, City do look like they could potentially win the treble, and that's probably one of it. Well, not probably. It is the best treble that you could think of.
Let's talk about
Being in the Premier League.
Let's talk about Arsenal a little bit.
Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
My phone's going off right now. I can just feel bare.
Bad vibrations.
Yeah.
Crazy. Arsenal next season. Do you see them like retaining this level? Like, do you see them still at the top? Or do you think
If Arsenal, okay, the likelihood of Arsenal retaining this, like retaining
this level,
is the same as Luis Fonte being top 3 in the Ballon d'Or. It's the same. If Luis Fonte can be top 3 Ballon d'Or next season, then Arsenal will.
So you think they're gonna fall off?
Okay, the word fall off is scary. It's like that's like Chelsea. Do you get it?
Yeah, no, not fall off.
Not fall off like that, but like
You don't think they'll be able to challenge the league next year?
they don't have enough energy to carry on climbing that mountain. We've been there.
Yeah.
Like,
it's been a long time for me.
We've been there. Like when you fight and you come close, we've seen clubs drop down.
Yeah.
But it just depends how far can Arsenal drop down. You know what I mean? Like some people fall down, then they stay up. They got the energy
they get back up. Yeah.
and they get back up. It happens all the time, every season. You know, it's happened to us this season. It's happened to Man United. It's happened to Chelsea. It's happened to Leicester. And I think it will happen to Arsenal.
Speaking of falling up and getting back, falling down and getting back up, falling down and getting back up.
The best teams do that.
Yeah. You have fallen down this year.
Yeah, we've
the stairs.
We've definitely
You've
fallen
stumbled.
down. We've definitely fallen down.
Yeah. Do you see your? Oh, first of all, let's talk about your result today. You obviously didn't watch the game. You're watching the City game.
Yeah, we saw the
big result.
Didn't get to see the goals. Yeah, big result. 2-1. I'm happy. We needed that 3 points, and now for me, really and truly, it all depends on what happens with Tottenham and United. Like if Tottenham can, I don't know, get a result, get 3 points.
You know, last time you relied on Tottenham, though, what happened?
I know. That's why
you can't trust them. Bro.
You can't trust them. You can't. But you know, Ryan Mason. What a manager. What a manager.
What a new manager.
Yeah. Hopefully he's watching and we could just give him motivation. What a manager. Probably one of the best managers I know out there. So if he could get the 3 points tomorrow, then I'll have a bit of hope because we saw the Man United fixtures coming up. And yeah, there's a few tough games there. So
yeah,
top 4 still up for grabs.
You think you'll get it?
It's down. I can ask me that tomorrow.
After the game.
Yeah, after
so
the
if
game.
United wins tomorrow, you think they may be secure it?
Yeah, United will definitely secure it, and there's one more team. But
Newcastle.
Yeah, but their fixtures is not. They shouldn't struggle.
Yeah.
But with you guys, there's like 1 or 2 games that.
I'm saying if United wins tomorrow, you think that might be it?
I think so.
So tomorrow is huge then.
For us, yeah. In terms of to clarify, if we get to, I mean, top 4 is a big reach right now. Let's be real, but we can still have hope in it. Do you know what I mean? We can still have faith, and that's all depends on tomorrow's results. To be honest, Tottenham, I'm looking at them that I don't see them as a competition.
Of course not. They're
Do
crap.
you know what I mean? Yeah. Like we'll get the 3 points on Sunday. But
Oh, so you play on Sunday?
we played them on Sunday. Yeah.
You see the way he's talking about our fixtures versus his fixtures.
No,
Us,
no,
we
but-
got Spurs. They got
they're
Spurs.
paying. But this
Us, we got Aston Villa. Them, they got Aston Villa.
They got Spurs away. We got them at Anfield, and you know the saying at Anfield.
last
You're
year, last, year they
1-0
got a,
down.
last year they got a draw against you guys at Anfield.
Yeah, I know, but it's different now. Now Anfield.
This year you guys are worse.
But Anfield now is different. You're 1-0 down when you come to Anfield, so they're gonna struggle when they come.
Us, we were 7 though.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you see. So,
Okay, but if we win tomorrow,
yeah, I think
have you already started looking at
I looked at your
trips
fixtures.
to Kazakhstan and trips to Cyprus?
You know
and,
what?
And Uzbekistan.
Yeah, it's very
yeah.
cheap around October, November
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Welling is
Yeah.
good for those fights.
It's very cheap, but Thursdays I can't see myself doing that.
No, you're not vibing.
No, not really, man.
Yeah.
Not really. I'm just gonna
The-
focus
the-
on the Premier League.
The wife's calling, the kids are calling.
Yeah, so it's a bit techie.
Mm.
But yeah, I've seen your fixtures. I've seen Newcastle. I've studied the game. I've studied. I've studied.
This guy studies like me, by the way.
No, that's why we're the same. But he just used big words like vindictive and all of them things there.
Vindicated.
Vindicated and stuff, innit? Do you know what I mean? Honorary.
It was
But-
my accent, right?
Yeah, it's a bit different, innit? Boston.
There's
nah.
this guy on Twitter who's been saying I'm from Connecticut, bro.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
Is that Canadian?
Connecticut is Canadian.
Michigan.
No, bro. What Connecticut is a state.
Brother, I'm
Yo,
gonna be
these
real.
Brits are clueless,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. When it comes to like states and that, I don't know. All I know is cities. I don't know about Michigan, and I know Washington, DC, Seattle. You get me? Philadelphia and them places there. This Michigan thing, man, don't know about it. Do you get it? So let's like, we don't need to know about Michigan State and them Michigan.
But you need to know about Kazakhstan, Cyprus,
No,
Romania.
Hopefully we don't get there.
Mm.
You get me? I wanna
So
hit-
you're saying next
wanna-
year,
wanna
Liverpool
hit.
Europa League Conference League, you're not on it.
Of course not, man. Come on, man. I can't be excited over that. I've seen my team win the Champions League 2 seasons.
But Europa League, you've never won it. Or you did win it.
We
before.
won Europa League before, but
Yeah,
it's not. It's a vase. It's a flower Mother's Day vase. You get it? There's no handles on it. It's just
It's like
dead.
Carabao.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carabao.
But
But Carabao by
but-
itself.
But Community Shield is
Oh yeah,
is crazy.
100%.
So Community
100%.
Shield,
It's a
you vibe-
shield. You know what I mean? You win. You have to take shields to battles, to the battlefield. You take a shield. But yeah, I've seen your fixtures and I've seen Newcastle's, and I did the maths. So if you guys struggle against Tottenham, just know we're breathing down your
Yeah,
neck, bro.
breathing.
Yeah. So you better have, you get me, Chanel blue or something, because we're breathing down your neck, bro.
Someone was asking about Trent earlier.
Okay.
They were saying Trent in this new role
Yeah.
is basically cooking. What have you thought about Trent? He's playing almost like midfield.
We've
these
said
days.
that. I said that. I spoke to Sharky, Hasib. Me and Hasib speak regularly about that.
Oh, yeah, about Trent.
About
in
Trent
particular.
in that new right midfield back role.
Right, what?
Right midfield back. That's what we say.
Right midfield back.
Mm.
Can you break down the intricacies of that role for me?
I mean, if we're gonna speak scientifically, I don't think we have the time for that. We don't have the time.
It's
But
too much of a tactical breakdown.
it's too much of a title. Yeah,
yeah.
get the XG book. It will explain to you. Yeah,
Get field to it.
Yeah, get the field. It will explain about Trent's new role. But with Trent, his new role, he just seems like a new. You can see it in him, man. You can see the happiness, the joy, how he's just expressing himself of why why England's best right back. In my eyes, anyway. In a lot of people's eyes, Hasib's eyes as well, Sharky's eyes. Like we all see it. Like it's here. It's right there.
Hey, shout out Trent.
Yeah. So I with this new role, I'm just happy that he's happy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? No, honestly, I'm happy that he's happy. He's happy now. You can just tell when a man's happy. And if he's
Hey.
happy, I'm happy. And he's playing amazing.
Tell me what makes you happy is another man's
If he plays for Liverpool, yeah.
Another man's joy makes you happy.
If he plays for Liverpool, yeah. I'll get behind the man then, bro.
Whoa.
Okay. No, I support. Wait. Yeah. What's going on today, Wallah? Now listen. Seeing Trent happy playing football makes me happy. You know why? Because I'm a Liverpool. No. I was crazy. But I'm a Liverpool fan. Do you get it? So seeing him happy kicking ball and becoming one of the best right backs in the Premier League and get to see that. Yeah, fam.
Makes you happy, yeah?
Yeah. Makes me very happy. No. Like, unbelievable, man. We gotta give the guy some credit, man, because a lot of people have been doubting him between him and Reece James, but you don't hear when Trent you hear Reece when you say Reece James, you hear Trent.
Yeah.
When you hear Trent, you don't say Reece James.
What do you say?
The best. No, honestly, you compare him. He's not the best, or he is the best. So yeah.
Next year, looking
Yeah.
at Liverpool. First of all, what signings do you think this team needs? And second of all, do you think they can go back to challenging City for the league next year?
110%. I do believe that we can challenge City. All depends on. I believe we need like. When it comes to we definitely need midfielders. We need like 3 of them.
Any names that attract you?
Well, they cancelled the Jude one out,
Yeah,
but I don't believe personally.
You still think he's coming?
I still think it's coming because I remember them saying that about Thiago.
Thiago was 20 million. He wasn't 130.
I know, but they said talks is breaking down. They said that. No, regardless of how much he was, they said the same thing. They said the same thing about Keita. They said the same thing. So I'm not ruling him out. I would love to have him, but if not, give me McAllister. Give me, you know what? I would want to take Casado as well, but
2 is crazy.
2 is crazy.
Yeah, it's not happening.
I would even take Mount, bro. To be completely honest with you, I'll definitely take Mount.
That would be good for you guys.
Declan Rice, I'll take. There's a lot of people I'll take.
You want Brexit?
Yeah.
You want your white British midfielders.
I think we need that. I think we need that. Either I want British, just strong and just don't care.
Yeah.
Or I want. You see what my definition of I'm African, and I do not care about putting a new hairstyle in. Let me just get my hair
that one line.
One line for 7 years. I don't care about nothing. I just want to kick ball.
Yeah.
You get me? Just man that just cares about. They want to kick the ball, bro.
Yeah.
They don't care about how they look. They just want to kick the ball.
And you think you get those players that next year, no adjustment period needed, you'll go back to challenging?
I think so. I think we can. 100%. I think we can challenge. I mean, this year was very unfortunate with the injuries with our best players. Bro.
Like who?
Diaz. I think Diaz was
that's
a
a big
massive
one.
miss. I think Jota was a massive miss. Even
Jota played, bro.
No, he was.
He missed a few games, but he went 30 games without scoring a goal, bro.
He missed a big chunk of the season, man. Jota missed a big chunk of the season in terms of he got injured in the Arsenal game away, and then obviously the World Cup came. And he after the World Cup,
you got no worries about Van Dijk. You got no worries about Robertson. Maybe a little decline.
No, not with Robertson. Not with Van Dijk. Not with Trent.
Fabinho.
Fabinho. Yeah, like the midfield for me, the midfield in the middle
has to be ripped apart.
That needs to be ripped apart. And we need to.
But you think Van Dijk next year can go back to playing at a good level?
Yeah, I have no doubts about that. Van Dijk, I think he's quality. I
got one last question for you.
Yeah,
did Lampard lie on his resume?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
He's Mike Ross. He's a fake lawyer.
Lampard. If he can manage Chelsea Football Club, I can manage Real Madrid after Carlo Ancelotti.
Faysal, you taking about Real Madrid?
You won't take me. If I offered you 3 tickets every game and I pay for your flights, would you take me as the Real Madrid manager? And I listen to you for tactics.
And you got apron as well.
100%.
Yes, please.
That's it.
Hala Madrid.
That's it. Get him the apron, few tickets. I'm the manager. But yeah, no, he's a fraud, man. He's not. Yeah, I don't. But to be honest with you, I'm actually shocked for Chelsea bringing him back.
I think it's the weirdest decision ever. It's literally a vibes appointment.
It's
bro.
like you guys get rid of Eric now.
Yeah, and bring back Oli.
You bring back Oli until the end of the season.
That's true.
It's like, how does it make sense?
We already saw it. Why do we have to see it again?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So I didn't really understand that, but hey, I'm happy for it. I'm happy for him. Happy to see Chelsea like this, and yeah, man, I'm good. I'm happy. So he didn't.
Why didn't you believe that?
He told the truth.
Who?
Frank Lampard.
Yeah,
he didn't lie. Well done, man. Todd, if you're listening, if you get rid of Frank Lampard,
he likes Faysal's tweets, bro.
Todd, I'm Faysal's friend. If you get rid of Frank Lampard, one of my friends goes by the name of Sam Allardyce. I want him.
Yeah.
Please get him for us. He's the right man for the job.
He gets British football.
Yeah. Get Sam Allardyce and get him a new Bluetooth thing. You know what I mean? Get him. We need Sam. We need Big Sam. Yeah, Todd? Gotcha. Cowboy. Yeah. That's right.
Hey guys, this has been FTBL Final Whistle. I hope you guys all enjoyed this. We had Faysal in the cut. Izzy, thank you for pulling up. Bro.
Pleasure, man. Anytime, man. Anytime.
Guys, make sure you like.
I'll be back.
Make sure you
By
like.
Force. How about that? I'm kidding. Yeah.
I said no consent. Whether you like it or not, I'll be there. Bro, make sure you guys like. All right, that's.
Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe,
All that good stuff.
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll be back.
Hey, man, we'll see you when we see you. Peace.